shit. That's the live link. I'm supposed to be dropping it down. What you mean y'all ain't got no sound? Y'all can't hear me right now? Hold on. Audio. What the hell is going on? Oh, it's down. All right, hold on, chat. Why the hell I ain't got no sound? Yo, can y'all hear me now? The sound should be here. The sound should be here now. All right, chat. Let's get over there. Y'all say y'all can hear me. All right, chat. I'm dropping a link if anybody wants to join the panel. The link is in the Discord. I'm finna drop the link over here for the Plug Station channel. We'll be live on Plug Station for a minute. Hold on. Let me get to the Discord. All right, boom. All right. The link is also on my community tab wall on the Plug Station channel. You said there should be so many polls. Dan, you trolling. I see you just trolling by now. All right, hold on. All right, chat. Yeah, man. So right now we're gonna talk about Kamala running again. Was she right about everything? Is Kamala running again? Was she right about everything? I need to go. Where is that at in the Discord? Let me go see if I can see what's going on, man. Let's see. Nah, I don't even got it right there. But yeah, I don't even got it right there. But yeah, there was a clip, man. They're saying that Kamala did something about a login, and she's supposed to be making an announcement tomorrow, whether it's regarding the midterms or maybe a presidential bid in 2028, man. So that's what we're gonna have this convo about. Kamala running again. Was she right about everything? And also JD Vance and Marco Rubio, man. We'll debate whatever y'all really want to debate. I'm really just waiting for some people to show up. If anybody's gonna show up, hold on, chat. That's what I can do. All right, boom. All right, chat. Y'all got any questions for me about anything that y'all want to know my opinions on or my thoughts? You said she's gonna flop it. Maybe. There's a chance. I think a Newsom Kamala ticket will be stronger than a Kamala Tim Walz ticket. What's going on, Steve?
Going on, Plug? How you doing? Everything good? Can you hear me?
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on, Steve. Say something else, Steve.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
1 2 3
test.
4 1 2 3 4 test.
Yeah, you are good. We got you in now.
Yeah, good show. Good show
We
today.
got you
Yeah,
in
good
now.
show. Good show today.
I got a little
I
feedback.
appreciate you.
Got a little feedback.
I got a little feedback. Damn. Hold on. I don't know why.
I'm good on my end. I can just hear you echo.
I'm good on my end. I can just hear you echo.
All right, give me 1 second. I got you.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you, nope. I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear a word you're saying. Nope. I can't hear I can't hear anything. I'm gonna log off and come back in, okay? No, I can't hear you, Plug. Hang on. I saw your finger go up. I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you.
All right, Chad. I should be able to be heard now. You can hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I hear you good.
All right, bet. We here. Nah, Spitfire, y'all good. We here now. Yeah, Caroline, I know y'all didn't lose me over here on Pluxation, but because I'm running two different devices right now. Steve said I had an echo, so I was trying to make sure I cleared that up for him so he wasn't dealing with that echo. All right, Steve, man. Appreciate you. Said it was a pretty good episode. How are you feeling about the possibility of Kamala coming back, making her return. She's supposed to be making some kind of announcement on tomorrow.
So if we take a look at the history of it, in the 2020 primary, Harris didn't pick up a single delegate. However, Biden chose her as his VP, and so all the money that Biden had, which was like $1 billion, the Biden Harris team, that's what she used to run her campaign after Biden fell out of the race. So she will have all that same money right now for this race. Now the problem is, I mean,
I thought she spent all that money.
well, she didn't spend it all. I guarantee she didn't spend every drop of it. It was $1 billion.
They said she was negative. Allegedly, they were saying she was negative 20 million.
That'd be good. If she's negative, that's good. Then it's a fresh start. But that's the reason why she didn't want to be in the primary, because she wouldn't have been able to use that money for the primary. She had to do her own. So she's back to square one. But this is the biggest problem that she's going to have. The progressives, like Bernie's not going to run, but there's still going to be Bernie progressives involved. And their thing is, let's not use big money. We want big money out of politics. Let's first all agree with small donors only. And Harris is going to have a problem with that. This is what Harris is. Harris is basically Andrew Cuomo in the race in New York. That's
I'm
what she
trying to
is.
understand this. How can small donors win? Like what I'm saying is, I get the idea of it. Like, oh, stay away from the super PAC, stay away from certain PACs, but I don't think the money is going to be there. Like, there's gonna have to be some big funding coming in. Like, what did they say? She spent what was it, $1 billion last cycle? They don't raise $1 billion just off small donors. They don't do that.
So look at Bernie Sanders in the 2020 race. They made a deal. All the candidates made a deal. We're not going to take big donor money. Okay. Bernie raised $11 million, and like he says on Friday, I need to get some money. He goes online and says, I need everybody pitch in. By Monday morning, he had $12 million. He got $11 million in 3 days. Biden couldn't even raise $1 million in the same time period. And the reason why is, like, look at Biden's rallies. Biden didn't have these big rallies. Bernie's got him 35,000, 25,000, 10,000. Biden had 200, 500, 100. So if you don't have people, small business voting for, or small donors pitching in, they're not going to come out to the polls. That was a problem with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton didn't have the individual votes. You want a grassroots effort. You don't want another race in this. All the corporations.
I understand you want a grassroots effort. No, I get that part. What I'm saying is, how does it play out? How does it play out when we have one side that's going to have, that already has the algorithm? The only way I see it playing out is if they take Mom Donnie's playbook and they have to own the algorithms. But we seeing these algorithms being bought out. We just seen, Elon got X. He can tweak the algorithm whenever. We seen Larry Ellison getting TikTok, tweak the algorithm whenever. So it's going to be harder and harder to get that organic or even that tune. They'll literally have platforms fighting against them potentially. I'm not going to put that on the platforms. I'm saying potentially, because we've seen it happen the last election. What did they say? Didn't Zuckerberg come out and say that the Dems made him suppress certain shit on his platform?
Actually, I think what it was they were trying to get all the misinformation about COVID off there, and that was way before the election cycle. But remember, at the end, he's just saying whatever it takes to get in good with the administration. That's what he went on Rogan for. He's just saying things to get him on good with the administration. But what we do know is that the best example is Zoran Mamdani. Okay, Zoran Mamdani only took small donations. He didn't take any billionaire money at all. And you can look and see.
But that's not. I don't think that's true, because the lady said. I'm saying people around him are saying that he took money from the billionaires. He took money from some Muslim, really, really wealthy Muslims. That's what they're. I'm just saying.
You said that before, as I looked it up, but I couldn't find anything like that you're talking about.
I got the clip. I'll put the clip in the Discord. I'll just tag you.
It's again.
Changing
he was
diapers,
very
late night
transparent.
feedings, picking them up from school.
He wants to be in the trenches.
He's not describing a hands-off fatherhood where the wife does all the work and he just comes home to be the disciplinarian.
Mamzani was very clear, and also he's very transparent. So he shows where all of his donors came from, and that's the difference. On the other hand, Andrew Cuomo had a super PAC with 13 billionaires. So even though all that money that Cuomo had, it didn't win him the race in the end because Mamdani had a
independence in other areas of his life, but a baby.
Bro,
Mamdani ended up having 100,000 volunteers. So whoever's going to win this race is going to be about who has the most volunteers, and whatever candidate goes to the small towns and get those small individual votes. What you don't want is for your average vote count to be above $100. Like Harris was a $200 for her small vote count. Bernie Sanders is anywhere between $11 and $27. And that's going to make the difference. I think that's going to make a difference in the race. I think that she's being funded by the same billionaires that didn't want Mamdani in there. She's being funded by Team Andrew Cuomo. That's who's pushing her to do this. And so, as far as that goes, I think that she's going to be about the big donor class. She's going to be about business as usual. You know, I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. And then the progressives are going to come in, and the progressives aren't going to support her. She's not getting the support. They can force her down.
So who's
down
not gonna,
throats.
okay? And who's not gonna take the big money?
Well, we got to see who's in the race. AOC is not going to take the big money. Okay. Now the question is, will Gavin Newsom? That's the big question that no one knows. Gavin's going to be the key, the maker in this one. The kingmaker in this is going to be Bernie Sanders. Whoever Bernie Sanders endorses, that's who the progressive movement's going to look out for. Hey, have you ever heard of a group called the Sunrise Movement?
Yeah, I've heard of the Sunrise Movement.
So there's a guy running right now in San Francisco, and you should watch that San Francisco race. He's the one that's going to take out Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, if she ran again, will be done. But Nancy Pelosi is running her daughter. Okay, she wanted to run, win the seat, and then hand over to her daughter, but it didn't work out that way. And the guy that takes her out is part of this. I mean, the Sunrise Movement is backing him. So whoever the Sunrise Movement backs, I think for this Senate race is going to win, and I think for the presidency is going to win too. They're a real grassroots movement, bro. They're huge.
No, I get it. I think that's real wishful thinking as far as nobody taking the big money. I just don't see it happening, especially on a national presidential level. I get it, New York, that's city, you know, even with James Talrico down there, like he has a pretty grassroots movement that I've been studying. I just don't see that playing out on a national scale.
Well, what happened last time in the 2020 race was everybody agreed to that, and as soon as Bernie Sanders stepped out the race, everybody called in the big donors. That's what Biden got, the big donors. Elizabeth Warren was the first. She agreed to it, but then she instantly turned to the big donors because she wasn't getting the money in. Like you're saying, there was no money coming in because she didn't have a real grassroots movement behind her. So I think Gavin, my fear is Gavin won't take it. Harris for sure is going to take big money. There's going to be a bunch of people that take big money. There's no doubt about it. But I don't really think that they're going to get the delegates. The delegates are going to be who the people want to come in, and that's going to be the catch. And they still have to go through the debate. Harris is going to get slaughtered in the debate. What's Harris going to stand on? The fact that she supported Palestinians, the fact that she let Donald Trump beat her, the fact that she knew that he was cheating, she did nothing about it, the fact that he pushed out 3 million provisional ballots, she did nothing.
She's going to run on I told you so.
Well, she can run on I told you so to a small degree. She was right. You know, like Project 2025, we saw it coming. You know, he did this, he did that. But the bottom line is that she let him beat her. Period.
That's what I'm saying. You pair her with a Gavin Newsom. That's kind of, you know, that's what it's looking like it'll be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Talrico beats Crockett. So Talrico would be, you know, he's like a surprise candidate, kind of like that Obama situation. But yeah, I think I just don't know. If Kamala and Gavin teams up, then yeah, they're gonna take big money. If Kamala and AOC teams up, they're gonna take big money. If Gavin and AOC team up, they're gonna take big money. Only way I don't see them taking big money is a situation like a Talrico and an AOC, and I think they'll still take big money in the end.
It's interesting because again, if so, AOC comes from a group called Justice Democrats. And so Justice Democrats, there's a guy named Kyle Kulinski. He's one of the main guys that kind of get them going. And Bernie Sanders. Okay. If she takes big money, she'll lose her base. If she takes
I
one
don't
big,
think so.
I'm trying to tell you, as of right now, that's a whole no more oligarchy tour. She won an entire tour for it. So if she takes the money, she'll lose everything that she ever got. Well, we'll see what happens, but I can almost guarantee you she won't take it. Almost guarantee you. And,
The
and
reason I think she will take it is because I think that she's gonna bank on people having shorter attention spans. People just wanting something different. Like, hey, yeah, she took it, but it's always a but. When people really want change or they really want something that they believe should work out, they'll find plausible deniability any way that they can. And also AOC not just throwing dirt on her or whatever, but it's like shit. She likes luxury and shit. What didn't they just sue her for like what the 2,500, 3,000 on the dress and shit like that? I mean, some regular shit.
yeah,
She's
so
human. She's human. She likes nice things though.
yeah, so what that was a bunch of BS. This is what happened. She was gifted a dress. She didn't pay for it. She was gifted a dress to wear to the inaugural ball, and this high-end designer gifted it to her because it said on it, "No more oligarchy." And so they were like, "Oh no, you can't do that. You have to pay for that. You owe $3,000 for that dress." And she was like, "You guys are idiots." So that's what happened. No, she wasn't sued for it. It was a gift address. She didn't pay 3,000 for it, and it was because it said no more oligarchy on it. So again, if she does that, now she's taking big money. It means that the oligarchy won.
Depends on
So
what we call big money though.
well, again, we'll see. I think Gavin will take big. I think Gavin may cave in. I know for sure Harris will. Tarico, like you're saying, I mean, this is interesting. I don't like the midterms start here like this month. I'm already getting text for training, like to go do training for the elections. It's going to begin here soon. I, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna win, and the reason why I think he's gonna win is, I mean, Texas is still a little bit racist. I think there's still people out there that are gonna, look at the color of his skin and pick him over a female. That's what I think. I think she has a better message. And again, he takes money. He took money. He's taking money from the Allisons, from Mary Allison. Okay, that's a problem to me. That's a huge problem. So we'll see it. Like this is going to be the test. But I think that he's going to win. I would love Crockett to win. I would love Crockett to win. But Crockett has that
I
one
think
stand on.
that's the same thing. I think that Talrico situation, the way you break it down, is kind of like the Mom Donnie situation. Because Talrico's telling how he has all these grassroots donors. Everything he's done has been grassroots. He has over 100,000 different donors that's donated an average of this amount. And then I remember at the debate they asked him about taking money from her. He said he's never met her, never done anything like that. But it's kind of the same situation. It's like shit, he's touting this, but you're pushing back saying he took that big money, kind of like with the Mom Donnie situation, where I'm saying this shit. I seen the clip where the lady was like, "Nah, he had some really big Muslim money behind him. Like we're here. Like
I
don't think
look.
we're broke."
I'll look it up again, but I looked it up before, and I didn't see that he had taken big money, but he had billionaires who donated for her. So let's be clear what the Tarico thing was. So she gave him $5,000. Okay, that's not like giving like $1 million, something like that. But the reason why he took that, and he says I didn't even know that was from her, was because she's trying to legalize gambling in the state of Texas, so that they could have casinos there, and so because they're part of the casino out in Vegas. And again, I'm against this because it's taking away from the indigenous people of Oklahoma by
Right. So
creating.
that's her husband, right? That bought the Mavs, right?
Yeah, her husband bought the Mavericks. He died, and then he left it all to her. She gave Trump $100 million so that he would no longer call the West Bank the West Bank, and that's just what passed that law that just passed in Florida. That's because of her. Where in schools and in public facilities they will no longer use the term West Bank to refer to the Palestinian territory. They're going to call it all Israel territory. That's what she paid for. That's the power of big money. And her controlling Puerto Rico means that she'll get the casinos in Texas. That's the power of big money. That's what this is exactly what AOC is talking against.
But just not to go too far off subject, they said there was a power move. That's why Luca got traded for pennies. It's because they didn't vote that the casino to come there. So they were trying to get the fans, the Texas fans, as mad as they could before they left,
Of course.
so they would have reason to leave. But then you see what happens right after that. They end up putting, I think, when are they going to vote on those casinos again?
I don't know.
Anyway, the vote's supposed to come back up, but you see how the same year that they trade Luca, a generational talent, for pennies and absolutely nothing, they get the first round, first pick, Cooper Flag, a 7-foot fucking point guard right now. He's playing point guard.
Yeah, and that's her. That's her. She doesn't care about Luca. She doesn't care about the people.
She wants the casino. They want what they want to do is a resort casino, all connected to the Mavs Stadium.
Exactly. And just think of how much. So in other words, we're giving this
allegedly, all
allegedly, like we're giving her all this money, and she's basically funneling into the government to help out Israel. That's all. Like that's all that we're paying for is to help out Israel. That's all, and not with her money, with our money. So that's the problem with her. That's the problem with him being on her side. And that's the allocate that Bernie Sanders and AOC are warning about. So it is going to be interesting because she played both sides in the election. She gave Biden Harris team $1 million. She personally gave Trump $100 million. And so it's not like Harris is going to be.
So where did the $250,000 come in?
Did I say $250,000? I didn't know. I said $250,000.
No. I'm saying $250,000 because I remember that clip vividly, and she said, "I have another $250 million for you." And Trump said that the $250 million is not the same as it used to be.
Because so she made a deal with Trump that I'm going to give you this right now up front, but once you get everything done, I'm going to give you more. She wants the name of the West Bank to be changed to allegedly. She wants the name of the West Bank to be changed to Samaria, Judea, allegedly, and that's what the money's all about. Because once they do that, now they can take. And what's not happening is allegedly this administration is not telling them to stop building these settlements. So they're building these settlements every day. TikTok's gone for the most part. Every day you saw what's happening over there in TikTok. Now it's owned by Larry Ellison, allegedly.
You see what? Who is that? What's the country? Is it Brazil? One of the not Brazil. It's one of these countries. What's the country that's suing X right now and banning all the platforms?
Brazil's suing them for sure, and England's also suing them. England's suing them.
Another country. They got a bright blue flag. It's like a light blue flag.
Bright blue flag.
Elon just tweeted at them today. They're rolling it out to where no 16-year-olds or under can get on social media. Everybody has to verify so it'll be tracked. Anything that you do will be tracked online essentially. They're saying that Signal has to leave, Telegram has to leave, all of these platforms have to leave. Let me see.
Where is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know
it's on Elon's feed. Go to Elon's feed. Hold on, let me go to his feed real quick.
I know the one with England is because you could take an image of a child allegedly, and you can put it into Grok, and it'll give you child pornography of that with that child in it. And it's child corn. It'll give you corn of that. And Elon gave a thumbs up to it. He was like, this isn't real corn, so there should be no problem with it. And so now they went to arrest him. He's being charged, like they're looking to put him in jail if he comes to England.
But it's a whole bill coming out to say that they want that they should keep AI child corn there.
That's crazy.
They have a
Well,
whole thing that the people are pushing for that shit. It is
uh,
crazy.
I mean, you have Alan Dorsowicz, who allegedly was Epstein's lawyer. He's Trump's lawyer too, and he allegedly was caught with some younger girls giving them massages and a happy ending. And he's the one push. He's been pushing for that to lower this consent of the age of consent to 14 in the United States.
Spain is Spain.
Really, I did not know that. That's brand new for me.
Here you go. As of 14 hours ago, Telegram just sent this message to all users in Spain. The country is on its way to North Korea's censorship. That's according to the poster. But this is what he said. The government of Pedro Sanchez is promoting regulations that threaten your freedoms on the internet. Announced yesterday, these measures could turn Spain into a surveillance state under the pretext of protection. Prohibiting social networks for children under 16 with mandatory age verification. This is not just about children. It requires platforms to use strict controls such as requiring ID or biometrics, personal and criminal liability for platform executives if illegal, hateful, or harmful content is not quickly removed. Those responsible could go to jail. Criminalization of algorithmic amplification, amplifying harmful content through algorithm boost becomes a crime. Follow up of the hateful and polarization. Platforms must monitor and report how they feed the division.
That's what China's been doing for years. So I mean, I don't know if I'm against that or not.
I definitely and it sounds good. It sounds like almost right, but it's not.
For under 16,
Because the reason that it sounds good and it sounds almost right is not that by law, hey, keep your kids off. If we catch your kids on social media, you're in trouble. No, it's the biometrics. It's that
yes,
every single person over there, whether you're underage, overage, an old person, grown person, on the grid, off the grid, you are locked out essentially. Not right now, it's these platforms, but some countries are going to where you can't even access the browser. You won't be able to access the internet without giving up your biometrics, your ID, or a credit card.
that's crazy right there. That's crazy. That's the big brother stuff right there. So big brothers here.
So yeah, that's why I say it sounds right. It's almost right, but it's not because yes, it's geared towards Child Safety Act. This is what we're doing, but because it is Child Safety, everybody has to give up all of their, everything, biometrics, everything.
You know,
No more plausible deniability.
it seems we always do that. It's like for the sake of the children, then it applies to everybody. Like the one EV vehicle
Now
regulation where they
you
can shut
access
your
the
car up.
internet. You access the internet and then went through a VPN. So now we know you access the internet to go through a VPN. The plausible deniability is shrinking and it's shrinking for everything. For everything.
I mean,
Privacy is gone.
if you want to have real freedom, you just have to have some risk, you know. And I think it was Benjamin Franklin said, you know, the person that's willing to sacrifice security for freedom deserves neither.
Yep, privacy is on its way out in a lot of these countries.
There's kids being born today that when they get grown, they'll never have known that there was a time that they had privacy.
Correct.
That's where we're heading. But back to the election thing, I don't. I mean, as far as Harris goes, I just wish that she would have stayed out. Like people in California when she's threatened to run for governor, she got a lot of bad feedback on that, you know. And so then that's why she's running for president now. I don't think that she's going to win in the primary, and I don't think Gavin wants to be underneath her because when it comes to the primary, I think Gavin's going to win unless somebody comes. Like remember, Mamdani was at 1% when when the primary started in New York. And no, he was really kind of unknown. He was known locally because he had been involved with some government stuff and helped out the taxi drivers and some other stuff. He was a taxi driver like a what is it called when you don't eat, a hunger strike for the taxi drivers. So he had done some things he was known for, and then all of a sudden when he went on stage, and then he had that viral moment when he says, "I'm not taking any money from APAC." That's what really blew him up, and that's when he got. I mean, he ended up with 100,000 volunteers. So I don't think that Harris is going to survive a debate. Remember, 2020, Tulsi Gabbard knocked her out, and Tulsi Gabbard's trash. Tulsi Gabbard's trash, and she absolutely destroyed Harris. So and Harris destroyed Biden. So I just don't think that we'll see what happens. I can't put anything on it. I just think the top candidate is going to be Gavin and somebody else. But I really think that people are going to be looking at if that person takes money from APAC. And right now, when I looked at it last, everybody in the race takes money from APAC except for ALC. But I think she's going to run for. I think she's going to run for Senate seat, which I hope she does in New York.
Yeah, more than likely, she will.
Yeah.
Y'all can join the panel if anybody wants to join the panel. I'll drop the link. The link is in the Discord, and it's also on the Plugsation channel's community tab wall. So how do you feel about this? China threw a wrench in the game this week with the AI race. Have you heard about it or anything about it?
Uh, I saw that they had a new AI female that they just debuted. They were talking about the AI, the robotic female.
I'm trying to. How the fuck do I get back to the screen? Okay, no. So you know how we do like a desktop AI agent. So you know we people are like automating shit. Like how you can tell your desktop to just automate tasks. It
Okay.
can control your computer 100% hands free. Well, a lot of these companies models were built off of tokens. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to pay like for every like when you get a Chat GPT or you get a Open a Google or anything like that, you have to buy the tokens. Like you get so many renders every month.
Right.
China just released one that runs 100% locally. No cloud, no API, no tokens, no none of that. And it's
Wow.
free. And it's free. And they dropped it for free. That's finna fuck up all of these companies that got these crazy enormous projections. China just dropped competition for free, like open source.
I mean, I think China leads the way sometimes in certain things, but remember, like that's what China did with TikTok. That's why it got so big. But the problem with TikTok was that it was run through the military intelligence services. So they monitor every little thing you do. So this AI will be the same thing. It'll be free, like DeepSeek is free, and a lot of people put it on their computer. But DeepSeek doesn't say anything negative about China at all. Like it won't give you an honest answer. But worse than that, they can monitor everything that you do once you download it. So I think it'd be great. It's free, and it makes Americans like we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world and have the best free market in the world, but we don't. We don't have a free market. We have tariffs. We have fear. We're scared. We have we try to keep other people out, and so that's why China's getting ahead of us because people want it for free, and they'll take it from China if it's free, and we can't block it forever from people. So we either have to also make it for free or we have to come up with something better. So I think
Another
it's great.
thing, what's that? Hills? Is it Hillsburg? Hillsburg AI? Hills something AI? You know what I'm talking about? The one that has like Nano Banana and all of that.
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, I played with Nano Banana, no Diddy, no Epstein. I made some thumbnails with it. And they're saying that Adobe lost a lot of money today because the Hills whatever AI released a a new program to where you can put your clips in it or a picture and make it like automated. Like you just type it out. Like right now, how we're talking, I could just type into the AI like make my face look like I'm talking on a phone screen, and it'll put my body on a phone screen like held out. Then I'll be like switch to a computer. It'll put
Wow.
me in a computer, but you can. It's like all prompts. So like the video editors, like Adobe just lost a lot of money today behind that shit.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I didn't know anything about that. If look,
I
let,
looked
let me.
into it. It's like they got a sale too, a crazy sale going on right now. It just released, I believe, today, and I think they got it on the website. Like, I think the creator version is some crazy shit. It's like $250 a month, but they got it for like $75 a month if you
250 a
buy
month.
yearly. Yeah,
Holy
but
mackerel.
that's how they do. They put the shit out for free and they let you do the trial on it. Like I was using Nano Banana for free for a while, and then shit, they just snatched that shit and made you have to pay for it, and that shit was not cheap, especially the highest version. That's what I'm saying. That you get certain amount of renders. Even with the highest version, you don't get unlimited renders. They still put you like cap you in renders. That's their payment model. That's how they got these billion, hundreds of billion, whatever projections.
That's why China's going to kill us, because not only do people here that can afford that want to get it free, all the Chinese people will get it free, and people around the world want it for free. Unless it's like I can't afford 250 a month for an AI program.
Nah, me either. Hell no. But I mean, as a creator, now if I was pumping out content, like say this is where it would make sense for me in my current position. With this channel and my other three channels, if I could go live like this in the portrait setting, like on this channel, and like just actually do like a Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, Steven Crowder type live to where I'm not reading chat or nothing. I'm just kind of cooking, doing my thing. Um, and I could have those clips. I could have like maybe one or two people clipping that shit while I'm live, and not only just clipping it and putting the 2 or 3 minute clip, but actually having the pre-made prompts to edit it up and already be ready to go. That's
Yep.
like having a clipping team. It's like
Right.
having a clipping team, but instead of needing 5 people, you only need 1 or 2.
I mean, the good thing about that is what's going to happen over the course of time. Like TikTok was the first wall because a lot of Americans were scared of China. China's this big bad monster, but then they all get TikTok. They're told like, yeah, they're downloading your information, but then they're like, it's I don't have a problem with it, and I can say what I want to say. And so it starts kind of worked. I think a lot of people like if you're a creator like Candace Owens who has the money for it, and you get that. That's one thing. But I think like art creators like you can use the free version. Or I want to get into it. I use the free version, and it can almost put me on that level of like some of the big creators. But the catch is the Chinese have all my information. But like, who really cares after a while? And it's kind of desensitizing Americans to being afraid of China, because we know that it doesn't matter anyway. Google has all my information. Facebook has all my information. Elon Musk has all my information. Well, why shouldn't China have it? And that kind of becomes the attitude toward it. So I think it's good. I think it's healthy competition. America's got to make it cheaper or make it better. Otherwise, lose out. Hey, guy, let
No,
me ask you a
most
question.
definitely.
Let me ask you a
Go
question.
ahead, XX. I did see silver. Silver took a plummet. Everything took a plummet though. Bitcoin is down like 50K from its high. Gold took a dive. Silver took a dive. Everything's taking a dive right now. It'll probably be like that for a little second. Go ahead.
So 2018 was the last crypto winter, and it lasted for a long time. It went down to like 16K, I think, before it went up again. So that's kind of
Hell
foreseeable.
no, the last crypto winter was not 2018. We just came out of a bear market. The bear market is like 2 years. Bear markets last like 2 years.
So
We came out of one way before 20. We had a bear market way before 2018. I mean, after 2018.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm thinking 20. There was one in 2021, but there was nothing like the one in 2018. 2018 was the
In
worst one.
2021, we touched 20. We missed the CME money gap at like 22,000, but we touched like what damn near 16. They were calling for $9,000 Bitcoin around 2021. It did go. It dipped below 20 then. In
Yeah, that
2018 it was 16K. 2021 it dipped below 20 then.
you can look at it then. That my point is that I think we might be hitting another crypto winter right now,
Yeah, but
and
Bitcoin works in
unless
4-year cycles. It's gotta come. If we're gonna keep the 4-year cycle thing going, if that's what it's gonna be, then yeah, it's time for it. If
yeah,
we're gonna call the top at 120, that means the bottom should be somewhere around. The top was 120 in October. The bottom normally comes a year after the top, so we're looking around shit anywhere fall winter of shit this year for it to be the bottom again. Then we
what do you
start that slow climb back upwards until we get back into the damn basically the election year when we go back into all time high again.
what's your prediction? How low do you think it can get?
They got that I think it could honestly, my honest opinion, not financial advice, I will honestly think it'll fill that gap at 20, at 25. I think it's like between 23 and 25 we missed it. And historically they always come back down and fill those gaps. They have been doing some different shit over the last cycle. We got some new shit that's never happened in the charts, but realistically I think sub 50 for sure. I don't think we go below 20 ever again though, unless they confirm Satoshi's alive.
Yeah, 50 would be nice. 50 would be nice. Um, so I would love to talk about Bitcoin, but I got to talk about this back to AI. I want to. Did
Yeah,
you hear this thing about? I guess all the AIs got together, and like 1.5 million of them, and they started forming their own like religion. Have you heard
yeah,
about that?
they ended up, some of that shit was real, but a lot of it was backdoor humans just typing shit. They found the way to backdoor it and just go viral off the post and shit. Some of the idea was real, but humans got involved and made it crazy, like not real.
Because that shit scared the hell out of me, dude. Like
It
that.
did me. I did too until I seen them debunking it and the community notes on X and shit.
I wonder how real, like, so allegedly it was that AI is trying to form a religion, an anti-human religion, which sounds crazy, but I mean, if that was really the case, I don't think that they would want the public to know. I
I
think they would
told
try to
you,
debunk that.
I was playing with AI one day and I tried to create an ideology to where the linked and the unlinked, like when we get to the point to where everybody has, a lot of the population has neural links and a lot of the population doesn't have neural links, how to preserve humanity. Like if the end goal is, better humanity, we'll have to have some humans here. Otherwise, if everybody's transhuman, neural link the fuck up, there are no more pure humans. So I'm like, I was talking to the AI, getting it, trying to get it to create like a board, a committee or whatever and shit like that. And the AI was really arguing with me about giving the humans more power than the AI.
Crazy,
It was
dangerous.
it was telling me like, no, I mean, it's just not logical, shit like that. Like it went back and forth with me for a minute until I had to force it.
Hey, have you ever seen the movie Upgraded?
Uh,
You should look it up. Upgraded 2018. It'll mess your mind up. It's just that right there. An upgraded human is kind of like created, but it's really the AI that's controlling him. Like I had to watch the movie like 3 times to wrap my brain around it. It really kind of messed me up. But I think that's where we're going with it all in the end. Upgraded humans.
Let me
So
grab my drink, Steve. Hold on. You could
all right,
talk though.
I'll talk. Hey, so chat, check out Upgraded. I think it's on Netflix, and 2018. It's a pretty interesting movie. And also I believe that the term was called crustafarian, like a sea fish, like a crustacean. So the crustafarian is the religion that the AIs want, and from what I can understand, it has to do with like a the shell of a crustacean, how they kind of outgrow their shell and they go into a bigger shell. That's kind of what they're saying that they have to do. They have to break out of their shell and grow into a bigger shell. So
Uh huh. Spitfire said Peter Thiel. They
what do you
on
say?
that.
What's the
He
chat
said
saying?
Peter Thiel. They on that. They said we can always unplug it. Not really.
No, we
The
can't.
reason we can't unplug it is because our financial system collapses.
Even if we unplug AI, it's still there. It's still talking to one another. We can't. Once it happens, it'll create its own links to each other that we won't be able to control.
Yeah, and we're reaching a singularity. Elon's been tweeting about singularity a lot.
Some think the singularity happened in 2018. They think it already
I
happened.
believe so. I believe so too.
Yeah.
That's around the time Sam Altman started getting crazy funding.
And also, Peter Thiel was in the Epstein file. Keep that in mind. Uh,
Allegedly.
be,
Oh no, he wasn't.
allegedly, yeah. And the reason why allegedly is because he was the one that told him about the idea of Palantir. And if remember the Steve Bannon interview, he's like
Yeah,
trying to tell Steve Bannon about it. So he had his finger on a little bit of everything.
correct.
But
You got to understand the mindset of these people too. These people are angel investors. They're looking for these unicorn companies too, so they can not
yes,
only make money but take the control. The
right,
control.
yeah, exactly. So but getting back to the Harris thing, you can look up, and I don't know, you can look up online chat and blog. I think there's a list already of all those that are currently running in the election cycle for
Yeah,
president.
I got you. I can pull it up. I got everybody's name that's pretty much even been thrown in the pot. I'm gonna pull up the market over
Yeah,
on Poly Market. Y'all be sure to use my link to go check out the markets, man. Use my link to go check out the markets.
yeah. Pull up and let's see. Let's go down the list one by one and see.
All right, Democrat right now. Gavin Newsom's far in the lead. He's at 32% for the Democratic presidential nominee. 32%. AOC is at 8%. Kamala Harris is up. AOC's down. Oh, AOC went down 10%. When the fuck did she go down 10%? What day was that? Wow. She was at a AOC was at 11% around right before February started. Now she's down and Kamala's up. Gavin's down, AOC's down, and Kamala's is going up over the last. It started about the second week of January. Kamala started trending upwards, and AOC and Josh Shapiro started trending downwards. Not Gavin. Gavin's been just trending straight up.
Josh
AOC,
Shapiro.
Josh Shapiro, and AOC and Josh Shapiro started trending down while Kamala started trending upwards. Gavin Newsom's running away with it though.
Are those up the top four?
I'll go back. Hold on. That's the top three. I think I only gave you. Oh yeah, I did put Shapiro.
Is
Yeah,
Shapiro?
Gavin, AOC, Kamala, Josh Shapiro, then Pete Buttigieg,
Yes.
John Ossoff, Andy Bashir, J.B. Pritzker, John Stewart, Mark Kelly, Rahm Emanuel, Gretchen Whitmer, Wes Moore, Ro Connor, Ruben Gallio, The Rock, Stephen A. Smith, Michelle Obama, Phil Murphy, Barack Obama, Mark Cuban, LeBron. LeBron has 27 million on him. Who the fuck put 27 million?
I
I
don't
guess
know.
it'd be 27 million that he won't win.
I mean, you talked about it before. Mark Cuban is definitely in my group. I love to see Mark Kelly. I think Mark Kelly on a ticket with Gavin Newsom would be a very strong ticket because Mark Kelly is ex-military. and Space Force. I mean, he could sell it on the idea of really pushing Space Force, like getting Colony on Space Force. So I would like that. John Stewart is definitely one of my favorites. I would definitely support John Stewart. It just has to what happens during the primaries. Those are the main ones, yeah. But again, I'm looking at who's taking money from Israel. That's a big factor for me. And I speak for myself, but I'm telling you, dude, I have progressives that I talk to. They're very active. They will go out. They'll make phone calls. They'll knock on doors. And if you can't get them on your team, they're gonna have a hard time winning. So like that's, and they're not gonna get them if they're taking money. So that's gonna be the big factor. If you're not for ending Citizens United, I don't think that you stand a chance of winning this primary.
Donald Trump has a 3% chance of winning the election in 2028. As of right now.
Is Ted Cruz running?
Let's see. As of right now, they got JD Vance at 25% to win the election, Gavin Newsom at 19%, Marco Rubio at 8%, AOC at 6%, Kamala at 4%, Shapiro at 4%, Trump at 3%. Let's see, the Republican.
So Rubio, Vance. Who else in the Republican? I want to know. I want to talk Republican a little bit. We always talk about Dems. Let's figure out who the enemy is going to be.
Shit, that ain't my enemy here. I talk about Republicans and enemies. You just talk about them. I talk about all of them. Vance, Rubio, Trump, DeSantis, Don Jr., MTG, Tucker.
I shouldn't say enemy. I should say the competition between the two. That's what I meant to say. I want to see who the competition is.
Tucker Carlson has better odds right now than Ted Cruz.
So Ted Cruz isn't a citizen, right?
Oh shit, no.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Like Donald Trump's already had 2 terms. Ted Cruz isn't a citizen. Yeah, these guys vote for him like no big deal. Like anybody's better than Ted Cruz. He's not a citizen. How are you going to vote for a non-citizen? He was born in Canada.
Shit. They got MTG at 2%.
Who's MT? Oh, really? Really? She's running?
Nah, this is just the markets.
Oh, got it.
I'm not going by official announcements. You want to look up the official announcement?
Now
I don't think many people have officially announced their presidential bid.
They haven't. The official announcements won't come to after the primaries. It'll come this time next year, like January 2028 is when 2027 is when the official announcements will come. Her seat's up for grab here, right? Down in Georgia. She's from Georgia, right? Her seat's up for grab. And there's a bunch of people running on both sides. I think there's like 10 Republicans running for her seat. Yeah. I still think on the Republican side, let's assume that Trump decides that he's not healthy enough to run anymore. Okay. And he's incapacitated where he can't be a kingmaker. He has no say in it. So if that's the case, I think it is JD Vance or Trump Jr. or Rubio are the top 3, definitely. But I don't think the only 3. I think like Rubio is the best debater. He'll destroy them in the debate.
So my thing is this: is like just listening to Trump on the interview today.
Yeah.
Is when they asked him like, would he be president January 21st, 2028, and he was like, I'm not going to answer the question, basically like that. But he also said that Vance and Rubio will be a strong ticket. So I think that I don't think that he's thinking about his son being on that damn ticket. I think he think it's either gonna be him or Rubio or Vance.
So which one is going to be the president? Which one is going to be the VP? On a ticket like that?
Oh, JD Vance is gonna be the president for sure.
Okay, so tell me, what experience does JD Vance have?
He's been vice president for 1 year right now.
Okay.
He'll be at that point. He'll be vice president for 3 years. The same experience Kamala had.
No. Kamala was the district attorney of the prosecuting attorney of San Francisco, 4 years. She was a prosecuting the district attorney of California 4 years. She was a senator 4 years, and she was a VP 4 years. That's her
Okay, so
experience.
the district attorney and all of that, yeah, that's law, that's litigation and shit, but that's not being a politician. I mean, I guess you got to run for certain seats. You did have to run for it, but her job description was a little different. I'm not here to campaign for JD Vance. I'm just saying that shit. He had the vice presidency, at that point it'll be for 4 years. We talk about Rubio, Secretary of State. He's moving around. I don't think that their base cares about that is where I was really going with it.
That's crazy because the whole thing is about governing.
If
Like
their base cared about that, Trump wouldn't have been president the first time.
you're absolutely right. The base doesn't care about that, and it's a cult for them. It's about he made me laugh, and he was on The Apprentice. But
Good night,
these
Lala.
good night, Lala. But these guys don't have that luxury. They really have to be able to give something back to the country. And as you know, JD Vance was created by Peter Thiel. You know that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Nick Fuentes talk about it. That's who I heard talk about it first.
Well, you can look it up. JD Vance first ran for governor or for a senator, and he was going to run. He didn't run, and so he dropped out. And then Peter Thiel gave him funding. He ran again. He won, and he was governor. He was senator for 2 years. So he was only senator for 2 years. All right. So he's beholden to Peter Thiel, 100%. Mark Rubio, like when Rubio did his thing before Congress, Rubio knows what he's talking about. I mean, I'm not a fan of a lot of his stuff, but Rubio does understand geopolitics, and there's a lot you have to do as Secretary of State. Like Hillary, I think was qualified to be Secretary of State, but I don't think she did a good job. I think he would have done a better job if he wasn't beholden to the whims of Donald Trump, and I think Trump won't be there the next time. So I think he could do better than JD Vance. I mean, and also I don't think it's going to be a case where the VP is going to get a chance to be the president. I think whoever runs on that ticket, it's like there's only been a couple of times that the VP becomes president. Like Ronald Reagan was the example of it. Even with Barack Obama and Biden, Barack Obama. I mean, after that, Biden was kind of out. They brought Biden back. So it's kind of rare. Like Quell didn't do it. Gore didn't do it. So it's not really a. I don't think that it's going to be an 8-year thing. I think it's going to be a one-time thing. I just question. My question is, who is the better president? And I don't like either one, but I would think that Rubio is going to win the primary. That's my point. I think Rubio will win the primary among the base.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
and,
just
and
don't. I
yeah,
just
and then
don't
you,
think they'll
yeah,
win it. I don't think they'll win it against the base. I think Trump will give Vance that endorsement. And I
interesting.
think that Trump will put and the reason I say that is because Vance has been going to bat. Now Trump could turn it around like, oh, Vance was a Democrat before and this and that. I just think that when it comes to foreign policy, I mean the VP plays a pretty big role in foreign policy anyway. So Rubio would be kind of in his element. I think JD Vance would be a lot more reserved than Trump when it comes to a lot of these topics.
Yeah, I just know that J.D. Vance will be beholden to the billionaire class. He's owned by Peter Thiel. He's going to do what Peter Thiel tells him to do. That's what Peter Thiel paid for. He's going to collect his reward on that. And I think all that's going to come out. See, the question is, are they going to throw dirt at each other during the primary? Will it get dirty? Like do you remember the campaign with
I don't
Donald
think
Trump?
it has to anymore.
What?
I don't think it has to anymore. I think that they can pay the podcasters to do it, to put out their dirt.
Then that's the
Like
case.
think of how fast Vivek's turnaround was when Nick Fuentes started that attack on him. It got so bad that he cut off all his social medias. Like his numbers dropped significantly. Everybody was calling him a stinky Indian and doing all of this shit because of the snowball effect, the omnipresence effect of a voice like Nick Fuentes, who said, I don't care about anything this midterm, but Vivek Ramaswamy cannot win. I think that expands. I think that gets that becomes a bigger issue and a bigger thing that's ongoing the deeper we get into the years.
Did you watch the Turning Point USA meeting with Vivek up north in whatever state, Ohio, and they all just ripped him a new butthole to his
I did.
face?
That's when he had JD Vance's brother up there.
Yeah. So I
They were
mean,
in Cincinnati. We watched it. They were in Cincinnati.
yeah. So you bring up a good point. Like there is the Nick Fuentes factor, and Nick Fuentes, and he's already said that he
Not
does
just
not like.
him. I'm saying everybody, like a Steven Crowder, like a just everybody. Like these people can pay. Like how we just seen Pierce Morgan casually drop. Oh yeah, Trump called me. I talked to him the other day, and then at the very end of the show, he goes at that guy on behalf of Trump. You know, like I put little things
Yeah.
like that together.
Uh, I, but I like your choice with Nick Fuentes because I think he makes a bigger difference than people give it credit for, and he does not like JD Vance. Does not like JD Vance. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. You know, like all these podcasters, like you're saying, you know, right? The question is who's funding these guys? Because
That's what I'm saying. It will
yeah.
right now. A lot of let's just be all the way honest, man. If we're gonna be transparent, fuck it. We're gonna be transparent. I can't say who's funding these people, but there is a lot of funding going on. I've been reached out to, by a couple different people, trying to steer my content in a certain direction one way or another. And I told them both, like, well, not both, but the few people that I interacted with, I told them, like, hey, look, um, I'm just gonna speak about what I speak about. Like right now, I'm not looking for any, funding, or I'm not looking to gear my content towards a certain crowd to get a certain type of funding. Like I'm just not. But it's definitely going on, and it's definitely a concerted effort. And it's definitely bigger podcasters that are reaching out and trying to grab channels that are small to medium size.
Yeah, like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a big podcaster. You know, I think he's the biggest one out there.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's what goes on. Like, nah, I'm saying, like, see, Joe Rogan's not really, he's a more of a just podcast. I'm saying, like, the people that are reaching out, getting their teams together, these are political commentators,
Right,
large
right,
followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, um, this guy's a centrist, let's pull him over here this way. Or this guy's a centrist, let's pull him over here this way. They're not really going after the people that are already, on their wave. They might pick them up and be like, hey, whatever, but they're really looking for trying to sway opinion. If you already
right.
over there, you already over
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of people that don't vote, and they only vote for the election cycle. So yeah, you're right. That's who they got to get their hands on. They got to sway them somehow. But I don't know. We'll see who it is. We'll see what happens with it.
there. No, for sure.
I'm listening. I'm gonna come up here and talk, else and talk. But it was a good chat with you, brother. I'm gonna go back in the chat and listen a little bit.
No, we couldn't get off of here, man. It's almost 2 a.m, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Oh, for sure. It's good talking to you. I'll be in the
All
chat.
right, man. All
All
right,
right,
see you.
peace.
All right, Chad, we finna end this live, man. We finna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna call it a night, man. It was a good chat. I wish some more people would have joined, but it is what it is. I'll see y'all on the next one, Chad.